Okay, we are live now. Excuse me. We are live. If you can hear me, if you can see my screen, just say something. Okay, if you're online, say something. Okay. Okay, beautiful. I can see somebody just joined. Just drop something in the comment section. Let me know you're the one. Okay, good evening, Paul. Good evening, sir. Welcome. Welcome. Good evening. I trust you had a great day and you've actually been practicing all the whole section, or you have started practicing what you have been learning before. Okay, so let's just give like 60 more seconds for at least one more person to join again, and we'll begin from there. So this is going to be an explosive section. I'm going to teach you guys the secrets to content creation. Hope my voice is audible enough. Hope my voice is audible enough. Welcome. Okay, the next 30 seconds will begin. Okay, somebody else has joined. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we'll be beginning in the next 20 seconds. Okay, I'm just trying to delay so that others can join. I'm just coming back inside. I was actually in a hurry. I went to. Nice one, Boniface. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back. So let me just share my screen and then we'll begin immediately. There's no need wasting much time again. Okay. Yes, so like I said, today is going to be an explosive section and we're going to be talking about content creation. Okay. Like I told you guys, I love creating content. In fact, one of the things that has helped me to build visibility for myself is my ability to create high value content on demand. Okay, so this is where I'm going to be exposing you guys to some of my secrets. Okay, now I can trust if I say I want to start telling you guys everything that has been able to help me to create content, we are not finished today. Okay, so I've been able to package in an easy to assimilate way the little okay that can help you to get started immediately. Of course, as you begin to explore more and begin to go deeper into the industry, that you gain more expertise. Okay, but expertise. Okay, but then at the this initial stage now, I'm just going to give you guys what you need to get started immediately, like what you need now. Then, sorry, my phone just fell off. Then for much more advanced knowledge, then you can probably, as time goes on, you can begin to take further courses from other content creators in order for you to harness your skills properly. Okay, so let's start sharing this slide now so we can start properly. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be an introduction to content mastery course. Okay, I'm going to teach you how you can create high quality content on demand, consistently create high quality content on demand. Let's make emphasis on that word, consistency. Okay, because I've always emphasized the importance of consistency. You know, there's something we call intensity and consistency. What is intensity? Intensity is how much content you can write a day. Okay, if somebody is posting one content and another person is posting 5 content, the person that posts 5 content is has much intensity than the person that's posting one content. But in the moment the person that is posting 5 content just posts only 5 content, maybe twice in a week, maybe on Monday he posts, on Wednesday he posts, and that is it. He'll be at a disadvantage than that particular person that's posting one content every day. Because consistency always beats intensity. But then imagine if you can merge consistency and intensity. That's what I'm about to teach you guys here. How you can merge consistency and intensity in order for you to create high quality content on demand. Because that is what's going to help you to get the kind of result you want. I've always talked about your ability to nurture your audience, your ability to position yourself online as a credible brand. What is going to help you to position yourself is your ability to master content creation. Okay? So what we're going to learn is number one, what is content creation? Okay, so you're going to understand this content creation. What is it actually? What is actually this content creation? Okay, then I'm going to explain to you some of the do's and some of the don'ts of content creation. Because I've seen people that they want to create content, but at the end of the day, they are doing it wrongly. And for the fact that they're doing it wrongly, they're not going to get any result from it. Or at all, if they're getting any result, the result is going to be short-lived. Okay, so the next one we're talking about is forms of content. Okay, there are different forms of content. You know, for you to be able to know how to create content on demand, for you to be able to know how to create high quality content, you need to know the different forms of content so that you can mix it. It's just like they said, someone came to us and say, I'm like, maybe someone's trying to ask you, please, what are the variety of food I want to eat? Maybe someone's asking you to draft a meal plan. If you don't have an idea of the different kind of food you have, you'll be short on on the how like on the list of food you're going to recommend. But the moment you have a variety of food in your head, you're able to know, okay, today you not go out of meal plan. So okay, today you eat rice, tomorrow you always have something to say because you have adequate information about the different variety of. So it's same with content too. If you have an idea of the various forms of content, you're going to be able to create content on demand. Because if this particular idea is almost making you, if you're almost getting exhausted this particular idea, you can instantaneously switch to the next content. Okay, so if the other content is not coming forth, you switch to the next content. So you don't need to be restricted to just one form. Okay, then we're going to be into types of content. Of course, there's different kind of content. The content that MC Macaroni put out is different from the content I put out. The content that a pastor will put out is different from the content. Like all this content, there are types of content. Because I'm going to teach you guys the types of content because I want you guys to know how to create content consistently. The moment you know the types of content, you can be able to be mixing them. Because not every time you're getting inspiration to write from here, but then the moment you'll be able to open your mind, you're able to get, if you don't get inspiration from this particular type today, tomorrow you're definitely going to get inspiration from the other type. Okay, so you just need to mix it in order for you to better communicate your brand as a much more credible brand. Now, the next one of them is the procedures for effective content creation. Of course, if you're new to the online marketing space, if you're that person that is not that loud online, the moment you want to start writing now, you start being like, God, where will I start from? Because this is how I'm going to break it down to you, the procedures for you to start. So that all if you've never written before, maybe you're scared of how do I start, then the knowledge of this particular is going to teach you how you can start, the procedures. And of course, you know what procedures is, step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4 to step 5, and then go on like that. You cannot just start from step 1 and go to step 2. If there are 6 procedures, the moment you're able to go from step 1 to the last step, then you'll be able to get the result you want. Okay, is there any issue with my network? Let me see. Okay. If you can still hear me, kindly say something. Let me know you can still hear me. I don't know. Okay, I believe you're still hearing me. Okay, so now these are just then we'll be ending the session by talking about the research skills. Okay, remember I told you guys, for you to be able to know how to produce content or create content on demand, you need to have an idea of research skill. Because only research skill is going to help you to stay afloat, with the information you need to keep on creating content. If you see me today, if I don't run out of content ideas, because I always go in search of new content ideas. So the more you know how to conduct this research skills, then it's going to be easier for you to know how to create high quality content on demand. Okay, so let's get into the course proper. Okay, now what is content creation? Okay, content creation is the process of consistently creating high value content that communicates your value or brand identity to your potential customers. Is the process of creating high value, consistently creating high value content that communicate the value. Now, when I say communicating the value, it depends on what you define as value. What MC Macaroni defines as value is different from what me I define as value. You get? Value is different here. What comedians will define as value is not what I define as value. What an actor will define as value is not what I define as value. So if you want to learn how to create content that's going to help you to demonstrate or communicate your brand value, then this is where content creation comes into place. Because everything you see online is a content. As a matter of fact, everybody is a content creator. In fact, I am a content creator. For the fact you post on your social media, for the fact you upload on your status, it means you're a content creator. Okay. Is anybody still with me? I don't know if anybody's with me. Okay, I want to believe you guys are still hearing me. Okay, like I was saying, everybody's a content creator. Everybody. So far as you post online is a content creator. The difference between you and other people that are making money is that a particular group of people, they post content and make money at the end of the day. Why possibly you at the end of the day, the moment you post content, is other people like it or react to it, and that it ends there. And of course, we're in the business of making money on it. So you need to learn how to create content that's going to, at the end of the day, make people to pay you. You're not creating content for fun. You're not a comedian. So that's the essence of this particular training, to teach you how you can actually create content that's going to help you to make more sales, help you to build visibility. Okay, yesterday on the group chat, I shared a testimony of somebody who just messaged me from Bybit Exchange, that he saw how I was able to communicate value about cryptocurrency, and then he feels that he has an offer for me. That's because of the content I was able to create. I'm not creating content that resonates around what he wants, he wouldn't have ever messaged me. But because he saw the content I have to offer, that is why he came to me. Okay. And this is what I'm going to teach you guys in this particular section, okay? So let us go on to the next slide now. Now, what are the do's of content creation? The do's of content creation. Number one, content creation becomes better with consistent practice. Now, what do I mean now? Nobody woke up to be an excellent content creator. If you go to Emeka Nobi's status, you discover that Emeka Nobi's profile, he's a bad-ass content creator, but he did not become that good overnight. He started from somewhere. As he was creating content, he now became what? He now said, okay, he was totally good in this particular thing. So let's say practice makes perfect. So the moment you begin to practice, you're going to become what? Perfect. Just like an engine that has a train that has been on track for a while, maybe an immobile train. You discover that when the train wants to start moving, there's going to be that friction because of what the train has been stagnant for a long period of time. So it is easier for the train to continue moving or even go out at a higher speed because it has my network fluctuating. Please, if you can hear me, say something. Okay, beautiful, nice one, Paul. I actually had small network issues. Okay, thank you. I actually forgot where I was. Okay, but then now, like I was talking about content creation, like I said, nobody actually woke up to become an expert content creator. They all started from somewhere. I was giving an illustration with the train that was moving. At first, because of how long the train has been stagnant, it is difficult for the train to just start moving all of a sudden. But when the train keeps on, they started pushing the train small, and then it begins to lubricate its engine. And before you know it, once it gets into motion, it is difficult for it to stop. You're going to just keep on going and going and going, and that's exactly what happens in content creation. If it's your first time if it is actually going to be your first time of actually creating valuable content on your social media, it is going to be difficult for you to start at first because that is just how it happens. It's difficult because this is not what you have been doing before. But the moment you begin to practice, just like now, your brain will begin to become flexible. And then the moment your brain begins to become flexible, you now to create content to become something that you do with ease, with much simplicity. For example, now if I want to create content today, I can be in the barber salon and then I'm going to be creating content. In fact, my Facebook, my last 2 posts today was when I was in the barber salon. I don't need to go and sit down in a very cool place to create content. No. But for the fact that you're starting out, it is possible that you need to actually take time to craft out your content. Then along the line, the moment you keep on getting better, then you can even be working inside your boss, inside anywhere, and then you can be creating content. But since you're just starting out now, you need to actually settle down and then think of the kind of content you're going to create. Of course, at the moment you begin to start, then you're going to become good at it. Okay? All content created must have an intention or a purpose. Like I told you guys, they are different. The content are different. Okay? What's his name? Josh Too Funny, that comedian, what he gives out is content. His content has a purpose. What is the purpose of his content? To make you laugh. Pastor Chris Oyakim, what's his name, self? Or maybe all that David Oyedepo, they actually give out content. What is their content for? Apostle Joshua Selman, they create content. What is their content for? To help you gain spiritual balance. I create content. What are the content I create for? To help you gain mastery in cryptocurrency. So you see, all of them have an intention. Every content must have an intention. Comedians create content to make you laugh. I create content to help you see reasons why you can make money online. So note that no matter the kind of content you're creating, even if you're doing it intentional or unintentional, there's a purpose attached to it. It's either you're trying to create the content for information. For example, now NTA creates content, but for information purposes, they're trying to give out news. That news is content. They have a purpose of doing it. And of course, one of the reasons why I'm actually creating my content is because I know that at the end of the day, I want to sell. So my intention is to sell. So I'm not just creating the content anyhow because I want to create content. I'm actually creating the content then with an idea. Okay, behind this, I'm not telling people that come and buy, but I'm trying to make them see, okay, at the end of the day, if I give out an offer, they should easily buy from me. Just Too Funny, they actually did it so that they can get more people to come and view their status. Only MC Funny, Mr. Funny, I mean. Oga Sabinus, they are creating content to make people laugh. Because the moment they make people laugh, people begin to come and then they'll keep on increasing their viewership. Now, as people are increasing their viewership, then their Mr. Funny or Mr. Sabinus, they'll begin to sell out advert slots. You rarely see any content of Mr. Sabinus now that is not promoting a product inside. That is how they make their money. They create a content for you to laugh, but then as you're laughing, they have your attention. So any product they tend to showcase, you tend to see it. So people that own product tend to pay these people handsomely for them to promote their products because their kind of content is attracting attention. And of course, you know what attention is in marketing. In fact, attention is the lifeblood of marketing because that is you want people to see what you have to offer. So if companies discover that this particular guy is gaining traction from his content, they would love to go and partner to give you advertisements and to go and book advertisement slot with you because your kind of content resonates, like your kind of content attracts attention. So remember, every content has a purpose. If you feel like Mr. Sabinus is creating content and then people are maybe you because of the way Mr. Sabinus is creating content and making people happy, you feel as if you want to also create content and make people happy. It's good, but if you're not making money at the end of the day, it's just waste of time. That was the honest truth. Because as much as Sabinus is making people to laugh, he's actually making money at the end of the day. So if your own content is not giving you money, please, except maybe you don't want to become an online marketer. But if you want to become an online marketer, you need to learn how to write a content at the end of the day. It's going to drive sales for you. All my trainings are content. This is what I'm giving you guys now is content. Okay, like I said, content have different formats. I'm going to explain to you guys some of this format. Okay, the next is what a mandatory skill for content creation is writing and expressive communication skills. I don't know who is here. Who you're already asking yourself, God, can I write? You can write. If you cannot write, how do you pass your exams? If you cannot write, if you cannot write and read, how are you able to read my content to the extent that you even pay for my course? So if you're telling yourself you cannot write, it's because of you're deceiving yourself. So an essential skill, because see, if you have a value in you, imagine I have a value myself, and then I didn't know how to put it through writing. Now, who knows I have the value? It's not just enough for you to know it. You need to be able to communicate what you know in a way that's going to make people interested in you. And of course, if you cannot do some people have the talent of doing it. They don't need to go through any advanced training. Naturally, they already have that talent. But people like me, we needed to go through training to learn it. We needed to be reading people's articles to learn their style of reading, their style of writing. We needed to be reading articles to help us see how you can write, how you can articulate your points. So if you're another kind of gifted writer, for example, now Paul told me that he's a poet. Good for you. You're a poet. You already have that skill of writing, that talent of writing. So you can also learn that you can be infusing. Maybe if you want to now create a content around cryptocurrency, it's not going to be difficult for you. Because the moment you read the rudiment of cryptocurrency, you understand cryptocurrency, then you just need to see how you can convert cryptocurrency. Just imagine an exam hall, and then somebody asks you what is cryptocurrency. They're not trying to simplify cryptocurrency to your lecturers. That's what you do. That's what you do in creating content. You know about something, just as you're learning about online marketing now, you already have 1 or 2 ideas about online marketing. Just for you to just see how you can start communicating the value, start informing people, okay, you know about online marketing. If you the post I gave out this morning, just a few minutes ago, I was actually talking about positioning. I thought you guys positioning here, but if you go and look at it, if you go and look at the status of the content I put out last, I actually talked about positioning in a different light. That's what we call creativity. I spoke about creativity. You need to know how to twist content in such a way you can just be communicating value to your audience. So it's very, very mandatory you know how to write. It's non-negotiable. If you don't know how to write, you know how to speak. If you don't know how to do any of them, you go and learn. There's no twist about it. You go and learn. Communicative skills. Of course, how do you learn? You consume, just go and reading, just go look at people's style of writing. As people are writing, you need to see, okay, this is you know that for example, me, sometimes I might not be able to spell. Maybe not the way people spell or say it is what it is. I don't know if you know there's this kind of statement that someone will write, it is what it is. Like that kind of, there's a way to spell it, but if you read it, you'll be able to go into the person's mind. But there are some of us that don't know how to write like that. So before we're able to write like that, we must have seen somebody write it like that. So we copy from that particular person. We copy how to write. Like you copy a format until you're able to gain mastery to be able to develop your own creativity. So if you don't know how to write, you need to develop how to write. It's very, very mandatory. It's non-negotiable. You need to learn how to write and communicate your ideas very well. You know about cryptocurrency, good. How will you tell the world that you know about cryptocurrency? It's your ability to put it in written format. Okay? Then the next do is what? Modeling is a great way to become an effective content creator. Like I said, anything you're going to do today, I can guarantee you're not the first person to talk about it. You're not the first person, you'll not be the last. I'm teaching you guys content creation today. The same thing I've taught you guys, I've taught somebody about this particular thing about 10 years ago. But I'm still teaching you today because of what? Nothing is what is new. So if you want to learn how to create content, probably if you read Opara's content now, Opara was talking about cryptocurrency, just read his content and seek inspiration from his content, model it. When I mean model, I don't mean copy. You get inspiration from what I write. I've done it a lot. Because if you're trusting yourself to produce content every day, sometimes you might get burned out. Your brain might not be thinking. Probably you have maybe 1 or 2 emotional problems like that, and then you may be unable to think. So what's going to help you to create content at that particular moment now? Just go and read other content creators. Go on other people's timeline, or even your own post. Go on your previous post. Go and read your previous post. You're going to get inspiration from that particular post. Then use that inspiration to create content for yourself. Model. I can tell that if you go online today, but it's possible that more than 200 content creators or 2,000 content creators, we're actually talking about positioning. But all of us have a different language. Why? Because of the creativity that we bring on board. I might talk about positioning, but the way I understand positioning might be different from the way you understand it. But all of us are trying to communicate the same thing. Okay, so it's what we call modeling. You read other people's one and then you seek inspiration from it. You model it. Do not copy, because the same people that copy word for word, those people they tend to harm or shoot their brand in the leg. Those people want to copy word for word, but it's dangerous to your brand. You model it, not copy word for word. Seek inspiration from their own articles. It's a great way to start. If you're thinking maybe you don't know where to start, just go. If I talk about this particular concept today, go and see how you can pick from it, and then you model the idea and communicate it better in your own language. The same idea, but different style. That's what we call modeling. Okay, the next was be a voracious consumer of high-value content. Yes, every day I make sure that I consume content. Every day I go on YouTube and watch video. Today I was at a friend's place and then we got talking and then her mother engaged her in the conversation. I know that the conversation her mother engaged her in, I might not be able to function properly. Then what did I do? I brought out my phone and went to YouTube immediately. I was learning on YouTube. Now the idea I learned from this is going to be giving me inspiration of how to create content. Even if I'm not going to use it immediately, I'm already having it as a subconscious part of my mind. Tomorrow, if I want to create content, I can relate to the information. Just like what some of you learned in primary school today. If they ask you a question about it, about what you learned about primary school years ago, if they ask you about it today, you can be able to replicate it. That is you replicating content because you've learned about it in the past. So it's the same thing with online marketing too. The fact you're learning something, even if you're not applying it now, you can apply it later. Okay, be a voracious consumer. For example, me, I consume content around a whole lot of niche. I consume content around marketing, around sales, around cryptocurrency. Of course, cryptocurrency is my main industry. Okay, but I'm trying to teach people. Of course, I'm trying to teach people that I can actually teach them how to make money online. So I need to show what the versatility there. So I consume content around internet money, cryptocurrency, positioning, sales and marketing, spirituality too. I combine all of those. I combine all of those things. So sometimes like I'm talking about cryptocurrency, but I'm going to say I'm going to infuse it with spirituality. That's how I've been able to build my creativity. You can see me, I'll be talking about sales and marketing. For you know, from that sales and marketing, I'm going to just infuse it with cryptocurrency. Because I've learned this thing, I've dedicated time to learn this thing. I can be reading a book about motivation. I'm going to see a text from that particular thing. But now, rather than getting the inspiration to write about motivation, I'm going to use that inspiration to write about cryptocurrency. But I got that particular knowledge from what? From a book on motivation. Because remember I told you about allowing your mind to be flexible. So the moment you're assimilating any content, it's going to allow you to be able to think of how you can apply that content in 101 ways. If you're having a very rigid mind, it's possible you might read a particular book. Maybe just for example, now you might be reading a book on Bill Gates. Bill Gates has nothing to do with cryptocurrency now. Maybe Bill Gates' success story. So for you now, if you're not flexible now, your mind must be like the content you must create from that particular book must be strictly about Bill Gates. But the moment you have a flexible mindset, maybe you can be able to apply whatever you can be able to apply the knowledge you're getting there to create content in a variety of niches. For example, let me give you guys an instance now. I went to fellowship one day, and then I saw how the fellowship divided people into classes. Like if you're joining the fellowship for the first day, they do not just carry you to where the elders are. No. Even if you're an old man, so far as you're just joining the fellowship, you just come to that fellowship for the first day, they want to take you through the graduate, so they're able to understand the principles of the fellowship. So you start from the elementary class. So it's okay, if a fellowship can do this thing, I can actually apply this in my cryptocurrency business. People want to learn cryptocurrency, but they're always excited to go and start from futures trading. Why can't I just go and create a content that's going to enlighten people that if you want to start cryptocurrency, it is not a taboo for you to start small. You can say, now that idea I did not get it from any, I got it from a fellowship. Because of how flexible my mind is, I was able to interpret it in the cryptocurrency niche. That's what we call flexibility. That's because I'm consuming every environment I find myself, I consume knowledge from there. If me and somebody is speaking and then you speak something that I feel, okay, this is something that I can actually communicate to my audience, I take note of it. I'm very conscious of that particular one. I read newsletter like crazy. I don't know if any of you are subscribed to anybody's email, but I have a lot of subscribers' email. Like people send for me email almost every time. Some crypto letter like that. I'll just go and be reading them. I'm getting ideas from there. Because like I say, you cannot give, you can only give out of your overflow. You cannot give what you don't have. So if you don't want to go and invest, that's why I give you guys a variety of books. Take your time and read all of those books. Tomorrow I might just wake up now and say, okay, I want to write a content on security. If you don't have any idea on how to write on security, go and read that book on security. Then you can just pick only one particular thing and then come and write content on it. Come and say, do you know that this particular person has lost his money because of his inability to protect his accounts? This is where you get, like, the moment you read, your mind begin to teach you or expose you to some of the ideas or some of the possibilities of creating content. If you're not feeding your mind, there's no way your mind is going to be able to feed your audience. So feed your mind. So the moment you're creating content, people will be like, no, this guy is loaded. Be a voracious consumer of high value content. Of course, don't consume any other content. There's a lot of content online. If you want to actually see content, but if you go on Facebook, there's a lot of content, but not all of them are what you're going to consume. For example, I have a lot of friends that post online, but if I go there, I know they consume their stuff. I'll just like and pass by because of if I read their content, it's not high value. I want content that matches up to matches up to the kind of capacity I'm trying to build. Sometimes I might just read because I want to engage with my audience. I want to engage. Maybe let me show them that okay, I'm engaging with their content. I will just read and then I'll just drop a comment. But most of the times, I do not spend time reading their content. I go to the likes of John Obidi, Chinonso Obudu, Chinonso. There's one of my boss, Chinonso Emeka Nobis, Jamie Pajol, Val Okafor. These are people I go and read from because I know they produce high quality content. So if I'm on my Facebook, I am learning. If I'm on WhatsApp, I am learning. Even on my WhatsApp status, I don't view anybody's status because I have thousands of status view now. When I want to finish them, so I select what I select. In fact, I search for the status I want to view. I wake up in the morning and go to my search button and say, okay, Solomon Otta, let me see what is this man saying today. So as I'm learning from him, I'm picking inspiration from his content. Then I'll now go in and develop my content. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Everything has been invented. In fact, there's almost nothing that is what is new under the surface of the earth today. So the more you consume, the more you have inspiration of creating content that can help you. Okay, of course, at the next one, creativity is the only guarantee you will be expected as a high value content creator. Creativity. Look at Sabinus. There are people that have been in this industry before Sabinus now, but none of them has gotten to spot like the way Sabinus got to. Why? Because Sabinus brought about a creativity, a different style. They have been doing comedy, yes, but when Sabinus came on board, it was as if we have never experienced comedy before. Creativity. People have been writing about cryptocurrency. In fact, I started cryptocurrency not up to, I think I started cryptocurrency last year. No, I knew about cryptocurrency 2020, right? But then I started officially last year. But still, people are listening to me and people will be like, Jesus, where is this guy coming from? Because of my, it's not as if I've been in industry since, but because of the creativity I brought into the industry. The creativity. I know how to write content in cryptocurrency. It's going to make you laugh. You read it and then you will laugh. Because I've mastered the art. I mastered the art. Creativity. Don't be rigid. Okay? So these are some of the do's of content creation. Okay, let's look at some of the don'ts now. Number one, avoid being an intellectual thief. What I mean by intellectual thief now? Copy and paste. You know, there are people that the moment they see your content, they'll copy it and then they'll screenshot. Maybe it's a screenshot. They'll screenshot the content they got from you and crop out your name and go and post it and be shouting and be claiming ownership to that particular content. You are a thief if you do that. Like I said, you can model, but do not copy. Even if you're going to copy, give reference or acknowledge the content owner. Acknowledge him. If you go on my Facebook, if I will share a post, see that's one thing I tell myself. They say, do unto others what you want others to do unto you. If you steal people's content, they will steal your content. So what I do is that if I send the content I like, I'm going to share. If I'm good, I'll copy it and say written by. So it's a way of creating content. Any day you're out of ideas, but just go on my timeline. If you see a content that you like, that you feel okay, it's going to resonate with your audience, copy it. Go and post on your timeline. Then at the end of the day, by the end, say written by Opara Josephine also. So anybody that, because guys, this world is a small world. We have mutual friends. If you think we don't have mutual friends, but be copying my content and see. You see somebody that will not comment one day. Say this now Opara write this thing, guy. Give, like, people will say it. I've seen people that do that thing. They will drag you. And when they begin to drag you, they'll begin to drag your reputation, they'll begin to drag your authority too. And they'll begin to question your credibility. So do not steal other people's content. Always give what you call it, acknowledgement to someone that owns the content. Me, if I'm sharing your content, I share your content because I know that, okay, in the future I want people to share my content. So I derive joy in sharing other people's content, but I don't do it always. Because you cannot be creating, you cannot be sharing content and then you're not creating your own content. You'll be like, this guy not share it, share. So learn to create your own content. I've gone on Facebook and then I saw some people's status. All they do is that they share people's content. It's good, but then you're not able to have enough brand credibility for yourself. Because people want to see you, they want to feel your own originality. If you're sharing my own content every time, you're only creating brand awareness for myself. You're not creating any brand awareness for yourself. So avoid being intellectuative. If you're going to copy a content, always give, if you're taking a screenshot and put the person's name there. Let the person, not that you screenshot and then you crop out the name or you use ink. Why are you covering the name? I've seen people do that a lot. They'll screenshot and use something and cover that. Why are you covering the name? It's very, very bad, okay? It's a very, very red flag in building your credibility as a brand, okay? Number one, avoid distracting your audience with content across different niches. Okay? So you'll be talking about cryptocurrency, tomorrow you're talking about e-commerce, tomorrow you're talking about graphic design. It's going to be confusing, it's going to be conflicting. So I thought I'll pick one niche. Okay? So now me, I picked the cryptocurrency. In fact, I picked the cryptocurrency niche and the online make. I picked online money making niche. Okay? But then inside the online making money niche, and I focus on what? On cryptocurrency. So if you can see, every content I put out today is the content that teaches you how to make money online, how to position on, how to make money online. I'm not telling you how to write cryptocurrency. In fact, if you go and check the last post I did now, if you see the way I infuse cryptocurrency in positioning. I just wrote the content, a very, very simple content, but the content, and what I read the content, be like, this guy is a crypto trader, this guy knows how to make money online. Because of the way I've been able to understand that my audience, I have an audience that is fixated on cryptocurrency. So I cannot afford to come talking about graphic design. It's going to be a red flag for me. They'll be like, these guys, they'll be like, guy, which one be your face? You're two-sided, you're just like a chameleon. Today you're green. No, you need to have a single face. For example, my own face is cryptocurrency. Even the online marketing, yes, I do online marketing, but I really promote stuff on online marketing. So what people know me for, if you mention Opera, what people know me for is cryptocurrency. Forget about me doing all this marketing. I learned all of this marketing because I want to learn how to sell my books. I want to learn how to build influence on myself. Okay, so let's have a single or not so much niche for us that use what don't just overpopulate your audience with so much niche like that. Okay, then we have what? Avoid arguing with overly sensitive issues as a content creator. Issues like religion or government, except if you don't intend to be in business. I've seen people where you go on your contact on your social media handle and you begin to argue. Maybe somebody that does not care about social media now started saying, Christians are this, Christians are, you don't need to follow them, ignore them. Because your customers are both a combination of Muslims and Christians. Of course, you can. I speak about my faith. You can speak about your faith, good, fine and good. But do not just go and be arguing. Your opinions are your opinion. Don't go and be arguing and trying to impose your opinion on your audience. Because the moment you do it, somebody will not want to buy from you. You get? You can speak about your faith, good and good, but do not just go and be arguing unnecessary argument about it. If you're talking about Atiku or Tinubu, fine and good. If you're me, I'm supporting my candidate, Peter Obi. Fine and good. I'm not talking about Peter Obi. I will not come on my status. I will not come on my WhatsApp and come and be dragging with person. No, I'm not here to drag. I'm here to make money. Person go drag, make it a drag. So if the dragging is paying them, fine and good. For me, I know that if I drag, it's not paying me. So why would I go and waste my time dragging? Or maybe you hear this celebrity is doing something, and then before you know, you now jump out and be casting that celebrity. It's not done that way. Learn from it. You can try to just say something about it. You can try to air your opinion, but it doesn't mean that you should go and be dragging at every post you see. You go to drop your comment, you be arguing person. No, it's not done that way. You're trying to build a influence for yourself. You're trying to build credibility for yourself. Like they say, the internet does not forgive. Go and see people that the internet is what they commented years ago is haunting them today, because they made a reckless comment years ago, and today is haunting them. Okay, so avoid arguing on all of those words. I'm trying to build a proper background for content creation. You begin to understand what you should not do. So in case you're already doing some of these things before, begin to stop doing them. Because this is what builds into what an effective content creator. Okay, so avoid content wastage by what? By repurposing your content. That's what we call content wastage. Maybe you wrote a very, very sweet content, and the only place you posted it was on your WhatsApp. I know what happens on WhatsApp. WhatsApp only has 24 lifespan. I mean, after 24 hours, your status will disappear forever. So what if that content was a very, very powerful content? Are you going to just lose it forever like that? No. If you write the content on WhatsApp, find a way to copy it and go and post it on your Facebook too. That's what we call repurposing. You're not wasting the content. For example, now the post I posted today in my group chat now is a post I made on Facebook. But I knew that not everybody that's on my Facebook that's on my WhatsApp group. So from there, I copied it and still brought it to my WhatsApp group chat. I'm even going to see share it on my status because I understand the idea of repurposing. Repurpose your content. Because if you're not repurposing, but it might be strenuous on you to keep on creating content on demand every time. But the moment you know how to repurpose, maybe if you make a post here, you copy it and then go on your Facebook. Maybe, like for example, on WhatsApp now, you just have small slides. You'll not be able to write so much on WhatsApp. So if you write a very, very powerful point on WhatsApp, then copy it, go on Facebook, and then maybe on Facebook you cannot build on the point because Facebook gives the opportunity to build, to write more. You get, so that's what we call content repurposing. You post on your Facebook, and then people are getting engagement. Carry it and come to your WhatsApp. So it's more like multiple touch points. Your audience are getting from you from WhatsApp, they're getting from Facebook, they're getting from Instagram. Although you need to focus on one social media. For example, my own social media is strictly Facebook and WhatsApp. Hopefully, in the next month, I'm going to dump Facebook and go to LinkedIn because there's one company I'm trying to attract. I'm going to go on LinkedIn and exert so much influence there. I want them to notice me. Of course, they're going to notice you only by your content, your consistency, and your intensity. I'm going to choke them with content on LinkedIn there because I want to get noticed. And where am I going to be getting this content I'll post on LinkedIn? It's on my Facebook. I'll go on my Facebook post. I'll read on my Facebook post. See them. I know that is good. I'll copy it. I know that I'll repurpose what I need to repurpose. Post it on LinkedIn. And of course, if you're repurposing, you need to understand the kind of audience you have. So on Facebook and on LinkedIn, are different audience. So if you post any content on Facebook, maybe then you are addressing maybe teenagers and stuff like that. Good. If you're not taking it to Facebook to LinkedIn, if you want to repurpose it, you need to see where you can repurpose it to suit the kind of people you're trying to show the content to. The same idea, but different audience. So you need to repurpose it. You need to add small salt and small Maggi so that it makes more sense to the audience you're taking it to. Because that's what we mean by content repurposing. You can see me say, this guy is creating content. I'll just write on WhatsApp. Maybe if the inspiration coming on WhatsApp, I write on WhatsApp. I'll go and copy it from my WhatsApp and take it to my Facebook. Shikena. Please, can you hear me? Can you see? I don't know what's wrong with my network. Please, can you still hear me? We have two people here. If you can hear me, please say something. I don't know what's wrong with my content. My network is fluctuating this evening. If you can hear me, say something. Let me know you can hear me. I don't know. My network just tripped off like that. So. Okay. Somebody should say something. Let me know you're following me. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Can you be sure you're following me? Thank you. Okay, so let's continue now. Okay, nice one, Princess. I still celebrate you for being here. Okay, so that's content. These are some of the don'ts of content creation. Okay, don't waste your content. If you're a photographer, if you're posting on your WhatsApp status, you go and post on your Instagram, you go and post on your Facebook too. Don't just restrict your content to just one particular avenue, to one particular platform. No, repurpose it. Okay? Because like I was saying, you will not have content across all. Like for example, some of the audience I have on Facebook, they are not on my WhatsApp, they are not on my Twitter. So the moment I'm repurposing it, I'm reaching out to more people. Okay? Excuse me. So let's go to the next one now. Forms of content. Okay, like I could now. This refers to the style of which for which what you choose. Okay, this refers to the style for which you choose to create content. Okay, like the styles. The first is what is text. Of course, this is the most like nine choke everywhere past. Everywhere you go, it's what is text, written content. People are writing. For this is one of my favorite content, written content. I write. We also have what graphical content. These are what images. Probably, for example, I used to share some screenshots. Maybe I see a post on Twitter and then I love it. I'll take a screenshot. That's what we call what graphical or image pictures or image content. If you're good at writing, then you can begin to think of how you can be using text often. Depending, just look at them. Which one are you good at? Do you know how to create graphics? If you're good at graphics, then you can be creating graphics. All of this fun. No, there are certain memes that can communicate value. For example, I used to use memes in my content. Sometimes I can mix text and graphics. Okay, whichever one it is. For example, on my WhatsApp group chat, I mainly use text. Just on very, very few occasions, I use graphics just for I explain my point. But most often, I use text. Audio, just like voice notes, podcast. Okay. We also have another video content. Now, how are these forms of content very important to you? Because it's going to help you to always have fresh ideas. Because there are certain content that you can create in text format that you cannot create in graphics format. Graphics is just you need to be concise. Okay. So probably you're going on, like I told you, like this having an idea of the forms of content is going to help you to know how you can create content on demand. Because today, if you're not feeling inspiration to write, go and take a screenshot. Go and get a flyer. Maybe just go on Tony, the CEO of UBA. Just go on his profile, pick one of his quotes, copy it, and come and share it on your status. That is what is content, graphical content. If you can create content designs, you create some simple graphical design. I used to do this before, but it's stressful because I'm not a graphic designer, so I dumped it. But if you have the time to do it and be sharing to your audience. Multiple touch points. Audio content, for example, now voice notes. If you have to do voice notes on me, you could just decide what to record a podcast. If you have a sweet voice, me, I don't have a sweet voice, so I don't even consider what audio. But in my group chat, I sent audio content. Okay, then we have video content. This is what we call video content. Or this is partially video content. Okay, this is because my video is there. I have text on it too. But maybe you're doing a live stream on your Facebook. Maybe you're going to Facebook Live, YouTube Live. That's what those ones are called. What they're called video content. Webinars, they're called video content. Sometimes my crypto money webinar is a video content because you're actually seeing my face. Now, how are these forms of content very, very important? Now, text is very important, but sometimes your audience needs to see you. That's why you need to use image. They need to see you need to use images. They need to see your picture. So that you need to use audio so they're able to feel your voice. My first crypto training, I didn't use any voice notes. It was strictly text and voice and image. Then someone now sent me a message that, sir, please can you use the voice note to explain this particular thing? Meaning they tend to connect more with voice notes. I get it now. So if you want to learn how to be creating content consistently, you need to know how to leverage on each of these forms. So if you're creating text today, tomorrow you might want to use graphics, tomorrow you might want to use audio, tomorrow you might want to use video, whichever one is okay by you. And of course, the platform you're also using also depends on what the content you're going to use. That's going to be much more preferable. For example, now on Facebook, now long text can go on Facebook because Facebook gives the opportunity to write long text. But on Twitter, long text might not make sense there because Twitter just give you what short text. Even on WhatsApp, long text might not make sense because you're trying to write long. It's not gonna make sense. Your status goes just nobody will read your status. So short text would go for like Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram. Video graphics also work very well on Instagram because Instagram is more like a visual platform. Okay, but even on Facebook it also works too, and of course it works on WhatsApp too. So learn how to mix them so you can be able to grab your customer's attention properly. You can see me do all of this things. Sometimes I share this screenshot a day. Sometimes I share videos. Maybe I see a motivational video. I see a video that was explaining a crypto concept. I come and share it. If I can create a video myself, fine. If I cannot create it myself, I carry somebody's on. I share it. That way, I'm always up to date with creating content. Remember, I told you guys, you see, if you want to start making money for cryptocurrency, but you don't need to be a content creator yourself. Just be sharing information about Bitcoin. If you go on the place you can use to start is go on Twitter. You're going to be seeing a lot of valuable information about cryptocurrency. Just be screenshotting and come be sharing to your WhatsApp status audience. If you keep on sharing about this guy, where they get they'll begin to love you for sharing that kind of very, very quality tweet. Sorry, I need to. Okay, just go on Twitter, go and screenshot something, come and share it for them. There's no time I just need to write it your own words. Just write so that they'll be able to know that this person they write. You're not just sharing video. No. Sometimes just write for them so they'll be able to get properly connected with you. Very, very powerful. Okay, so these are the basic form of content. You need to ask yourself, which one is more suitable for me? Which one, if you're that person that you know how to speak very well, you can begin to leverage webinar. Like me now, it was just on Facebook that I started doing video train like this. Before who born me, who dash monkey banana. I cannot come and do these things like this. So if you know how to say things like this, you can just start going live on your Facebook and then start sharing value. It's very, very good. But if you're like me that you needed to build confidence, you can start from the text. Nobody's going to see your face. Start from text. So text work good. I started getting results by only text. But in the moment I wanted to scale and I needed to see, in fact, till today, I have never run any live Facebook any live Facebook or live stream Facebook on my Facebook, any live Facebook stream. No, but I'm going to start doing it. I'm already having plans for it. It's going to be massive because I want my audience to connect with me very well. So you can see, maybe if today I created text content and tomorrow I'm feeling exhausted, I can just go and share a picture of one. Or maybe the moment I share a picture, I can just write very small thing on it. Okay. Then if I want to create audio content, I come in my WhatsApp and just send the voice notes. Or maybe I have a podcast channel. Therefore, video content, of course, people need to see. Video content to build your credibility the more. You know, what's about text? That text is good, but it's not as powerful as graphics. Graphics is good, but it's not as powerful as voice notes, as audio. Audio is good, but it's not as powerful as video content. Because video content, but they hear your voice, they see you. Imagine if this in my first class that was on WhatsApp group chat, I typed everything. So people were not reading, so that they go even sleep, they go even leave me, I would just send text because they were getting bored of it. But when I started adding voice notes, I began to see engagement. And of course, today look where we are now. We are doing what? Live webinar. Because of what I've grown along the line. I kept on investing in myself. Okay, so that's how you do these things too. You learn to leverage on all of these forms, and of course, you're going to use it to create content on demand. Okay, so now let me tell you the beauty of this particular thing now. You see these forms now, but if you can write a content on text, you know that you can still come live and explain it in video format, and it's going to have a different feeling entirely. It's possible. Like some of the video listen, I've written down on my notepad. That's what I'm going to be starting my video presentation very soon. These are things I've already written in text somewhere before, but I'm coming to repurpose them in video content. I'm creating more content from old content. I'm just changing the forms, and it's still maintaining is relevance. So these are just the forms of content. Let's look at the types of content. Now, types of content describe the purpose for which that content is created. Remember, the first one is style. Now, types of content describe the purpose of creation. Remember, we have the value post. Now, what is value post? Value posts are that kind of post that communicates or explain something as regards your niche. For example, now I'm the crypto niche now. If you read any post about my own that teaches you something about cryptocurrency, it's called a value post. A post that teaches something in your niche. If you're a graphic designer and then you write something about graphic design, maybe you write 5 ways on how you can become a good graphic designer. That's the value post. You're enlightening them on something about graphic design. If you write 4 ways to avoid getting scammed in cryptocurrency, that is what a value post. You're educating people about what? About your brand, about your product. Okay. I don't know what's happening. My screen, my network is just misbehaving. Okay, so value post. Now this is where you communicate information about your product. If you sell clothes now, you give information about clothes. Say three ways to choose high quality clothes. If you're a shoe, 3 ways to select original shoe from a bad shoe. Those kind of content are called valuable posts. These are posts that would communicate information about your product. You're giving more value, value about your product. For example, my webinar is a value post. When I say value, let's not call it value post, like value content. So I'm teaching you about cryptocurrency. Now, what is an engagement post now? Engagement post is a post. And once you put out the post, you're expecting people to comment. Maybe you tell something that maybe you're trying to design a book cover. Let's say maybe this is my rudiment of cryptocurrency. I have 2 book covers and then I'm having difficulty choosing one. I can go to my audience and say, okay, guys, A or B, which one do you prefer? They begin to comment, hey, baby, these are kind of content you need to be putting out once in a while. So you're able to make your audience or to engage very well. If you're reading my post, you discover that most of the time, so okay, if you got value, if you got value, indicate or share your opinion in the comment section. Or I might share my thought and say, okay, let me hear your own thoughts in the comment section. These are engagement posts. Maybe you might say, okay, I think Peter Obi might not win the election because these are my reasons. If you have any contrary opinion, share it in the comment section. This is engagement. You're driving for engagement. For value posts, you're not necessarily looking for engagement. If engagement happens, fine and good. But there are certain posts that you're specifically looking for engagement. You might say, okay, hello guys, I want to organize a 3 days free class for this. If you're interested, kindly type interested. That is engagement post. You want them to engage with your post. You can write it and say, okay, if you got value, share. You're telling them to share. You want them to engage in it by sharing. So we have value posts, we have engagement posts, we have personal posts. And personal posts are just like what you're about your personal life. Of course, nobody wants to buy from a robot. If you have been following me very, discover that sometimes I talk about my personal life. Recently, I told you guys how I started cryptocurrency. I was just celebrating 1 year anniversary. That was my personal experience. I don't have to tell you guys, but I have to tell you guys so that you guys can get the human element in my brand. You can see the human element. If I keep on talking about crypto, it go be like only me serious for this life. And people begin to run. They'll be like, this cryptocurrency now, so you take hard. Person will even get time to even talk about your life. The moment I begin to share personal posts, they begin to see the human element in my brand. And of course, people love to deal with humans. Nobody loves to deal with a robot. So if you want people to respect your brand, see how you can begin to apply all of this in. I share valuable posts, I share engagement posts, I share personal posts. Then motivational posts. Me, I'm a motivational speaker, so I know they lose guard for this one. So I share motivational posts. The moment you read it, but you get inspired to take action. You get you feel this kind of transformational energy in you. Now, the moment you know how to create this type of content, you'd always be you always have content to create consistently. Because today, if I don't have inspiration to write on valuable posts, I can write on engagement posts. If I don't have inspiration if I don't have things to write about engagement posts, I can write about personal posts, about my personal self. Nobody should come and tell us everything that's happening in your life. No, but there are certain things that you can communicate with us. It's going to make people to fall in love with your brand. For example, you can tell us about your personal, about your reading, about your daily routine, about your daily habits. For example, some people see me, maybe let me show you one of the things I'm doing. For example, I've been talking about how I've been able to read books. I'm telling you about my personal life. Because people, the moment somebody says, okay, this guy reads 3 books every month, like, wow, he's just like me. They begin to love your brand. Sometimes I might talk about my challenges. Okay, one of my challenges is self-discipline. I'm talking about my personal life, like Jesus. So this guy already has this kind of challenges. They begin to connect with you. Okay, so the moment you can share this kind of post, they see people who love you. That's what we call funny post. Maybe like all you just want people to laugh. You can see me do that. I share a post and then I share a funny meme and then people laugh about it just so that I can show the human element in my brand. Not me serious pass. So I engage, and then I give this kind of make una just laugh. You guys should ease up. Okay? So very, very important. Learn how to mix this order. And of course, there are certain types you need to prioritize. For example, now value post, I prioritize value post because that is what builds the authority the more. Value post. I prioritize most of my posts are actually value post. Then my next post that are most often is what is motivational post. They will now have personal post and engagement post. But I try as much as possible to mingle them. Don't just go and focus on one particular one. No, mingle them so you always have ideas of what to create content. Okay, so these are the few types of content that I use very well, and then they help me to create content consistently. So this time you don't need to be focused on just one particular content. At the end of the day, you'll be thinking, what's I go write today? What's I go write? No. But if you have an idea of this thing, but you can be creating content every time. Today, if you're not writing about this, you guys have seen me do these things. I'll keep on referring you to my Facebook. Go on my Facebook and then go and see what I'm writing on my Facebook. If you're a photographer, share maybe the day you just went on a casual, just share. You must not be sharing professional photo every day. Just go and take some kind of casual photo and come and share for us. If you're a skincare therapist, share something outside your skincare business. Share something motivational. Share something about just be versatile. Let people know that okay, you're not just you're at least you're versatile. Versatility is good. Okay, so this is how you can remain versatile and relevant in your industry by knowing the types of content available. So you can leverage all of them. Okay, so let's go to the next slide now. We're gradually coming to the end of this section. Okay, procedures for effective content creation. Number one, you need to decide that you want to write. You need to decide on what you want to write on. So I already told you guys about the types of content. You have value post, this one, value post, motivational post. Decide on which one am I writing today. Am I writing on the value post today? And the moment you decide on your value post now, then bring out a notepad. Have a notepad. Sorry, this is a notepad. Sorry for the error there. Have a notepad. So okay, today I want to write on value post. What am I going to be writing on? I'm going to be writing on what? On crypto trading. What is crypto trading? That is the value post. Let's assume okay, I'm always using let's assume a graphic designer. So okay, today I'm going to be writing on 10 qualities of a good graphic design. I've already said okay, I'm writing a value post, and I'm going to bring out a notepad, and I'm going to okay today maybe let's say you're trying to talk on motivation or transformation or maybe personal. So okay, today I'm going to write on what? On discipline, on self-discipline. You're already deciding on what you want to write on. Then you have a notepad. The notepad is where you build the point, because of course, me for example, I've already gotten master. I can also go on my Facebook. I can build my point on my Facebook. But sometimes you need to actually proofread your work, so you get a notepad. Almost every phone have their notepad. For example, one of my most used tools is my notepad. Guys, if you open my notepad number, you will see content ideas that I've not even started writing upon. Because if I'm working and then I just get inspiration, boom, I open my notepad and I write it there. Because when your brain is not computer, you forget ideas if you don't write it. So the moment I get idea, I write it on my notepad. So the moment you're okay, maybe you already have a content calendar. So okay, Monday I'm going to be writing on value post. Tuesday I'm going to be writing on motivational. Wednesday, if you do that, then get your notepad and decide on what topic you're going to write on. Write it there. Okay. Of course, maybe if you want to now write on the post and then you feel as if you don't have money, let's say okay on crypto crash, you want to write 4 ways to protect yourself from crypto scams. Maybe you don't have any, you're not feeling as if you don't have enough knowledge to write. Go back and go and read that book on what? On that book, Your Security is Your Business. If you read that particular book, you're going to get insight on how to write or how to build your own content. Go on Google, go and search how to protect yourself from crypto scams. You're going to see information over there. Then use the information from there to build on what you've already written before in your notepad. Build on it. People are lazy. People are lazy to go and hustle for information online. So if you can do the dirty work and go and get the information and bring it to them, they would respect you. There's some of the information you see me sharing today on Facebook. Maybe when I want to write, I know I say okay, I want to write on support and resistance today, but maybe I'm not really understanding. I might just go and do one small research. That is me going to consume content. I might go on YouTube and say okay, support and resistance. Let me have an idea of what the support and resistance is, so I can be able to form my notes from it. Okay. Then also you need to brainstorm. And the mention of course, if you're going to consume content, I'm not expecting you to write verbatim. Brainstorm. So okay, how can I add my this idea of brainstorming is to add your own creativity, to add your own uniqueness. So sometimes, like I told you, sometimes I might read this particular book now, I'm going to get inspiration. Now. But how will I be able to transform the information that is not? I'm not copying exactly what John Maxwell said. I'm going to brainstorm and see how I can creatively come about it. So today you're going to be talking about trading strategy. Of course, everybody knows that the trading strategy we have as what I call it, day trading, swing trading, this and that and that and that. So if you want to write about it, maybe you say okay, today you want to write about this. Maybe you say your value post is crypto trading strategy. You pick your notepad and say okay, how to choose the best trading strategy. Of course, you're not going to go on if you that my book is almost how many pages. If you go and copy it and post there, who will read it? It's too long. But the moment you need to read, then you'll be able to know okay. Then you don't brainstorm. The mention of consume content, of course, you go and read that particular book I gave you guys on strategy. Then read it and then brainstorm. Then brainstorm is going to teach you how you can structure something that you can communicate it to your audience. This is a very, very powerful step and a very, very active and effective step for you. Practical steps. You can follow it, but creating content will not be hard for you. Then after your brainstorm, of course, your notepad is just like you're just writing the heading. Maybe it's okay. After you decided on what you want to do on your notepad, you write okay. I want to write on this particular topic. Then you go and consume content. Then you brainstorm. Then after you brainstorming, then those unique words. You know, when you're brainstorming now, you not have maybe if Opera use this language. If Opera said there are 4 ways of doing. Maybe I don't know how to explain this particular note down your point, but you can note down your point in your own language, in the language that you feel most important. Remember, I said something about creativity. So whenever you have a creative, maybe you have a creativity of, maybe you creatively talked about a point. This is where you note them down in your notepad. Then the moment you note them down, then you structure it. You structure it to make sense, because of course you cannot just note down and then you post jaga content. You arrange it to be chronological. That's something I love doing. If you've read any of my books, you discover that there's a flow, there's a sequence, a flow, a chronological flow. So maybe when you're brainstorming, the ideas will come to you back anyhow. But the moment you begin to know them, that you begin to arrange them in order, you begin to organize them. Okay. So let's say maybe if you want to say 4 ways to make money in cryptocurrency now, you know that there are certain ways that they are the most important. So rank them. Let those most important. Let's start from up. Rank them in order of importance. For example, if you went through my book now, how to 9 fundamental truths to starting crypto trading, you discover that those points they are arranged. That's why I did not just arrange them anyhow. I actually wrote down the point first, and then I started looking at, okay, which one should I explain first? I'm arranging it in order so that it makes sense to you guys. So the moment I'm able to write them and I'm able to build on them, correct all my errors, and next is to copy it and go and post on your timeline, on your status. See, one of the first things that stunted my development or my growth in this online market is imposter syndrome. You don't write content, the next you start asking yourself, will people read it? Will people like this content? Go and post it there. If they don't like it, if they don't like it, it's going to be an avenue for you to develop. But I can tell that the moment you begin to post content, people begin to be like, oh, you'll be surprised that you're writing content that people love. When I want to start, I'm like, God, what's I want to write where Christian never writes? Yeah, what's I want to write where Christian never writes? So whenever I write a content, to post it to become a problem. That was me before. So sometimes I even post and then before I don't go delete them. Say, Kai, people will laugh at my writing style. People will laugh at my. See, you must not use the best of language. Go on my Facebook. I know they use big language. After all, cryptocurrency is not really a simple topic like that. So if you not start using big grammar, people will not even read from you. But if like one of my skills that I know how to simplify cryptocurrency in a very, very simple term. That's one of my gifts. I'll read it. I'll go and read very complex crypto topic, but then I'll now brainstorm and see how I can break it down. Guys, in one of my video content I'm about to shoot now, I'm trying to explain blockchain. You know, people are, what is blockchain now? But then, okay, I just thought, what is blockchain? Then after I read about blockchain, I was able to understand, okay, blockchain is just like a register. So when I came to teach my audience that don't even know anything about blockchain, instead of telling that blockchain is one kind of advanced blah blah blah, I don't say blockchain is just like a register. Blockchain is just like your bank statement. Okay, bank. So that's how simple it is. Because I was able to consume content, I was able to brainstorm. I asked myself, okay, how can I be able to put this in that can make more sense to my audience? I'm brainstorm. So that brainstorm gave me the idea of how to develop it like that. So sometimes you might see me explaining some concept, and then I'll be using some very, very different example. Like, how did this guy get these things like that? So I was actually explaining how you can let me give you an example now. How brainstorming can help you. So you know, I was actually doing for example, my own crypto trading, but I don't trade on many coins. I only have like 5 coins that I trade upon. I don't. If you tell me that this coin they pump, this coin they pump, it's none of my business. So far as my own 5 coins are not pumping, I'm working based on them. So if I want to explain this particular idea to somebody, but how do I explain it now? This is very simple. I want to just digress now. I want you to just stay with me now. I want to explain to somebody why I trade on only just 5 coins. Okay. So this is how I do it. I said, okay, remember now in your area now, I'm just trying to explain. I'm trying to show you guys how brainstorming can help you to gain better idea of how to explain certain concepts, how you can break down certain technical concepts for people to understand. I was okay. Imagine your area now, you want to buy bread. Of course, I'm not expected to go to all the whole 10 shops in your areas. There are specific shops you go to because you know anytime you go to that particular shop, you get the bread you want. Maybe there are 5 shops in your area. Maybe the first day you wanted to buy bread, maybe you came to the area newly, you wanted to buy bread the first day. You went to shop 1, you ask them, please, I want to buy bread. They say, we don't have bread today. You say, okay, no problem. You went to shop 2, we don't have bread. You went to shop 3 have bread. You bought from them. Then day 2, the next day you went to the first shop, please, I want to buy bread. They say they don't have bread. Tomorrow you go to they don't have bread. Now you can see now that if you're going there the 3rd time back, you don't want to go to those first 2 shops. Why? Because of that anytime you go there, they don't used to give you bread. So you just directly go to that 3rd shop. So the same thing I do with cryptocurrencies. I know that there are certain cryptocurrencies, if I conduct my analysis on them, they don't give me a good signal. No matter how I take my time to explain, to conduct analysis on them, they don't give me a favorable signal. But then there are certain coins that the moment I do my analysis on them, they give me what I want. So if I know that, okay, anytime I do analysis on this particular coin, I get what I want, is there any need for me to go and be stressing myself on those coins that will not give me what I want? No. So I began to pick those particular coins that give me what I want. So I focused on my analysis on them. So you can see how I'm able to explain this particular concept to my audience. I use a shop example so that they can better understand me. You guys must have experienced it too. Maybe you want to buy the charge card, you go to shop one day, every day they no get. So first every day they no get, but there's a day you not be going there again, because even if you go, there's a waste of time. So you rather would go to the next show that you're almost certain to get it. So this way you don't need to be going to all, you have a specific shop you go to. You don't need to go into all the shops. So that's what I do too. I don't need to go to every cryptocurrency for me to make money. There are certain cryptos that I go to because they give me what I want. I was able to have this kind of idea. I was able to be able to explain this particular concept to people because I took time to understand this particular thing. So the same thing for you. If you want to understand how to do some of this, you need to be able to brainstorm, pick an idea, assimilate an idea, but think of how can I explain this to another person. It's going to be easy for the person to understand. It's not, of course, it's not going to come easy, but the moment you begin to practice, it's going to begin to be very, very easy for the guys to understand. It's not just going to happen overnight, but then with practice, you're going to perfect the thing. Okay? Of course, the moment you have crafted your script, you meant to organize it, you have crafted your content, the moment you organize it, guys, do not be afraid of posting. People will read it and people will like it. One of the things that you're going to face at first, but people know they like your post. All of us pass that step, so you must pass it. At first, you post the stuff to be like, wow, they'll like it. Tomorrow, they'll not like it. Next tomorrow, they'll not like it. You might begin to get discouraged because, of course, I got discouraged. But then I now begin to see my boss telling me that it's not all about the likes. So people are reading, but will not like it. Even myself, there's certain content I will read, I will get value, but I will not like it. I want to just be show, but I want to just be full of pride. I will not like it. So that person go and give up that we're not learning. We are learning from him, but just that sometimes we are carried away not to like it. It happens. It's possible that it happens to you. Most of you must have seen my post on Facebook. You know they like them. Not that you're not gaining from it, not that you're not gaining from it, but because of it either skipped your mind to like it. Okay, so don't focus on the likes when you start. Just focus on giving value. Even when I go and check my post, sometimes I know they even get 20 likes. I go take my time, I go write content, I go just get 5 likes, 7 likes. But you know, people call me and tell me, sir, thank you for you do that. I'm like, guys, I know they comment now, and we are not the commenting type, but just your low-key fans. So okay. So for the fact that I know that they are low-key fans, I don't give up. I write every time. If they like me, they no like. I know that the people are reading it. Of course, if your boss is, if you're somebody you want to employ, if the person is reading your comments, you not like it. He's just observing. You don't want to show that he's observing you, because if they are liking, but you'll be like, thank God, this man see me. But not to see if actually you're after the likes or you're after giving out value first. So always give out value. Forget about the likes first. So if you can do from step 1 to step 6, all you need to do to keep on creating content on demand is to repeat and rinse the process till thy kingdom come. So keep on doing the process over and over again. Start from the side, then have a notepad where you jot down the point. Maybe you've decided, okay, what am I writing on today? Am I writing on personal posts? Yes. What am I writing on? I'm going to be writing on laziness. What am I writing? I'm going to be writing on personal effectiveness. What am I going to be writing on leadership? Then notice, okay, today I'm writing on leadership. Even in the leadership, what I'm writing exactly on leadership, I'm writing on self-discipline for as a leadership skill. Then go and read on what, maybe if you don't know how to develop the content immediately, you can go and read on what? On self-effectiveness. Okay, go and read on self-effectiveness, then brainstorm. How can you now translate that information to suit your audience? And the moment you brainstorm, then you can begin to jot down your points as they are coming, just be writing them. Then as you're writing them, begin to organize them. Okay, this point should come before this point, this point. See, all of this, but I do all of these points. Yeah, sometimes I might not be because I've already grown, in my content creation skills. But at initial stage, I do all of these things because you want to actually create a reputable brand out there. You don't want to be done that person going to read. You be writing A, B, Z, Q. Like no. If you're good, you write A, B, C, D. Let people read and feel the flow. Okay. Now the moment you're brainstorming, you've noticed that then just post. Guys, you must not write. Go look at my status now. This is the step. I'm doing something and then I don't even have time to be writing lengthy posts every time. Because I actually went out today, so the place I went to did not really afford me to write lengthy posts. So I'm just going to be writing short posts. Short posts, but sweet posts like that, short ones. I feel just write money day cryptocurrency. You'll be like, oh boy, they'll be like, I don't cash out. I'm just giving them value. That simple thing, money day cryptocurrency, is a content on its own, a short content. Learn to trade money, your life is not going to learn to trade cryptocurrency, and your life will never remain the same. It's a content. But don't just be overly concentrated on short content. Sometimes you need to build so that you're able to feel your mastery. Okay? So that's exactly how I do it. And then if you can follow these steps, guys, I'm very, very certain that you'll be able to create high-value content consistently. If you have to watch the video, you're able to understand some certain things. Okay, so let's go to the next one now. Now, research skills. Now, remember I said for you to know how to create content on demand, you need to be able to conduct research. If you see me today, if I'm not running out, if you see me not running out of content today, because of what I know how to conduct research very well. What are people asking of? Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how you can conduct some of this research. Okay, and one, recognize the place of search engines. Recognize the place of search engines. Waiting they carry you go Google. Anything that's carried to go to Google is something another person is also looking for. Anything that takes you to Google is something another person. So if I check out, okay, people are going to cryptocurrency, people are always going on Google to ask how to trade cryptocurrency. I know, okay, how to trade cryptocurrency is something to trade cryptocurrency. I'll say, okay, 7 steps on trading cryptocurrency. Number 1, do this. I'll post it there. You must not build on the point. Just give them the point, and then you post it there. Then now, let me tell you a bit of this particular thing. The moment you write something like that, I'll be like, but teach me, cut for me so now. Then, okay, let us chat in my WhatsApp. Send them your DM. Send them your message to your DM. Now, the moment they come to your DM now, tell them I have a course that can help you. If they talk too much, give them the webinar to the Crypto Money Body. They watch it, they be like, wow. Give them the day 2, they watch it. Wow, I say, are you interested in the offer? They say, yeah, they take the offer, you take your commission. So anything that takes you to Google, anything that takes you to YouTube is a valid word. It's a valid content. Okay, and of course, sometimes if you want to create content for yourself, you need to know how to go on YouTube. For example, I told you guys that you might hear somebody talk about Fibonacci. Fibonacci is a very, very good topic now, but maybe you cannot really create information about Fibonacci now. Go on Google, go and search what is Fibonacci. Go and read it. That is you creating research. The research is going to help you to gain information that can help you to create good content, high value content. Sometimes the kind of content I give out is also supposed to sell. But why am I able to create? Because I got those skills for free, because I just go on Google and search how to do this, and then I get it from there. Even some of the books I wrote, some of the ideas I got there, I got it on YouTube, I got it on Google. For example, that my book on budgeting. I wanted to learn budgeting for myself. Okay, someone was asking me about budgeting. I was like, I needed to learn about budgeting, so I went and learned about budgeting. Then I was now teaching cryptocurrency. Someone asked me, sir, he now brought the topic. I was like, okay, wait, budgeting is your problem. No problem, don't worry. Share your problem, but I will create a solution. Then I now went and do research. So my research gave me information to write that book. I didn't create anything from my head. Of course, if you read the book, you see that I read some touch of creativity. You get but then most of the information, like 70%, I got it from the internet. But I now use my creativity to change it small, to infuse my own thoughts there. My own voice. So if you read it now, you now Opera write this because you already know how Opera is to write. I used to write with font, it's easy to read words like that. Okay. Then number 4, how do you also conduct your research skill now? Identify top players in the industry and study them. They are in the industry before you. They have obviously said something about the topic you're intended to research on. For example, guys, when I wanted to start my crypto business, but do you know who I went to? I went to Chris Annie. I studied Chris Annie post down to almost 2014. The guy will be like, who be this boy really like? I was liking all of his posts. Like, God, this man has been since. I went and studied his post. So now as I was studying his post now, I began to see things that he has written that I know I could actually write upon. Because his audience are not my audience. That's just the truth. This industry is big. The market is big. My customers are not your customers. We might have some mutual customers, but I can guarantee you there's more than 1 million people that will see offer that they will not see from me. So you can go and check on my timeline. Okay, Opera wrote on this particular thing. Note it down in your notepad. Say, okay, you're going to write on this particular thing, but with a different voice. I went to Emeka Nobi. I went down to Emeka Nobi's timeline. I was studying John Obidi. I went and dig John Obidi's video in YouTube video. You see Chris Annie, but that's why I love that man. The man gave me one of the push I needed to start this my business. You see his video on Daba. I encourage you guys, go on YouTube and go and search Chris Annie. Go and watch his videos. All of them. on Daba TV. I watched all of them. This man gave me motivation. So some of the rema I was getting from his session, I was using it to create content. Maybe I had one very punchy line. I said, wow, more this point na rema. What? Fire, back, value. I go on my start and go and write it there. I go on my Facebook and go and write it there. So the more you consume, the more you begin to get inspired to write. So go and study other people that even myself, man, I'm already in the industry before. You can go and study my timeline. Or you see the way I write, pick up all those topics I've written, pick them down. Because even myself, I'm repurposing those things I've written before. I'm repurposing them with a different tone, the different language, the different style, with the different examples. Just to make sure that I stay relevant in the industry. Okay? Then the next one will be a better listener to people around you. Like listen. Let me give you one secret now. Because one time I was talking about follow who know road on my status. I say, guys, you need to follow who know road. That's that, and I knew about their Chris Annie when I was reading their status, when I was reading their profile, I began to Jesus. Why didn't I know this man since? So that excitement of going to tell people that they should follow who know road, and I went on my status and started saying, follow who know road, or it go help you, it go help you. Then person now tell me, sir, please, who do we follow? How do we know who to follow? Now I listened to that particular person. Oh God. Sorry, I just want to click my phone. So I listened to that particular person. Okay, this particular person has a problem of identifying who to follow, and I created a content about who to follow. 5 most influential people you should follow on the internet. That is research. Listen to people. If somebody tell you, I don't time for cryptocurrency. I've lost my money plenty times. I don't even know how to protect my account. Okay, don't not protect your account. 5 ways to protect your account from scammers. And you're listening to people. I don't know how to start my internet business. 5 ways to start your internet business, or 3 ways to start your internet business. Or you can say 1 most important step to start your business: position. You can just talk about positioning. That is content you're creating. You're listening to people. Because of course, when you give people what they want, they will most likely listen to you. So the moment I created that, I'm using this example of this follow who know that because of what it was. I almost created a book that I will sell on it. All the people that have been following, I wrote in my diary. I wrote about almost 200 people that I'm following. I wanted to put it in a book and said, even if not for 500, I will sell them. But I was like, okay, let me just give that for free because of, yes, I started giving that for free. 5 people should follow on cryptocurrency. I listed Tola, Chris Annie, this, that. 5 people should follow for a copywriter. This. Like I didn't like that. I posted it. And I got a lot of engagement. People like, wow, thank you, sir. So listen to people. It's a very, very high. It's a very, very massive research skill. Listen to people. Okay? Because the more you listen to them, the more you know their problem. Then the more you know their problem, the more you know how to write things that attend to their problem. Okay? So let's go to the next point now. Sources of content idea. Okay, this is going to be the last section of the last aspect of today's training. Okay, sources of content ideas. Okay, of course, aside from just doing your research, you need to know where to be getting content ideas. Number 1, Facebook. See, my Facebook is a school. That's what I say, but if your Facebook is not a school, but there's something wrong with you. That's just the truth. Sorry to be disciplined, but that's just the truth. You cannot be having content that people are only posting about shisha, hangout, party. It doesn't make sense. My Facebook number, if I go the number, is value upon value. So as I'm reading from different content creators, I'm getting an idea for my own brand. I say, okay. Even if I'm not write about it today, I'm going to note it down. Tomorrow I'm going to write about it. So I can be like, copy the person one. Sure, you get. If I'm not going to write about it today, I'm going to write it. I say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to write about this particular topic. So before you know, you can even be getting topic for like 1 week straight. Weekly Bible study, you already got to topic for 1 week because you're able to study people's Facebook. People post a lot. Go and check. In fact, see, join this group, Head Start Africa. Just go and search it on Facebook. Head Start Africa. Like head, then Start Africa. You go to see post go and choke you. Or is it Bewa? I think there's one group called Bewa. Bewa. B-E-W-A. There's one called Siwin. C-W-I-N. Just go and join. You'll be seeing content in these groups. Read the content. If you get an idea, jot it down. Tomorrow you build on them. Different idea. Then we have Twitter. See, for a crypto trader, but Twitter is one of the places you go. Because people they compete for value there. Even myself, I never even get enough credence to go on Twitter. Yes, not like that. I never really get enough courage to go there because the value there is massive. I know if I go there, definitely I have people that will listen to me. You get But man, I know that okay, I want to actually build. Of course, if you're building on anything online marketing, but you need to focus on one social media first. Build influence on one social media first, then use the influence on that media to rub off on other medias. So go on Twitter, even if not only to screenshot, go and screenshot and go and be sharing. If you check my now even the Twitter stuff, sometimes I might not post the screenshot directly, but I'm going to use the idea on the screenshot to create more content. If you check my screenshot folder number, guys, you surprised you. Screenshot. Any damn time I might just share the screenshot directly. If I have the energy, I will not share the screenshot. I'll just go and look at the screenshot, get information from them, go and create my own content around it. Nothing is new under the sun. It's also creativity that is new. We have YouTube, of course. Now let me show you guys how I get massive ideas on YouTube. You don't just go on YouTube and search content ideas. No, the way I learn on my YouTube is that I have specific people I go on the YouTube and learn. For example, now I'll go and search Akin Alabi. He's an influential person. I'm going to study all his videos there. I don't need to be searching randomly now. I'll go and search Chris Annie. So all his videos I'm going to study. John Obidi, I'm going to go and study all of his videos there. That's how I study on my YouTube. I pick specific channels that I study. I'm also start creating content on my YouTube channel. So anybody that wants to learn how to become a better person, once you come to my YouTube channel, it's just like a school on its own. If you go on Johnny Bidi's status bar, or maybe you go on some events, there's a lot of people like that. But if you just go and subscribe to Johnny Bidi bar, the algorithm will begin to suggest you people should follow too. There are John Maxwell, there are Dan Locke, Grant Cardone, Joseph Don, Tammy Laurie, all these people, they are valuable. Go and follow them. Go and subscribe to their YouTube channel. You're going to see competition, you will see value. These people give out for free what others charge money for. But not everybody knows how to do this thing. Even crypto trading itself, man. There are certain YouTube channels, but they are very powerful. Like that book I sent you guys now by Renatio. Go and search Renatio on YouTube. Guys, if your technical analysis skill do not change, call me names. Because the guy share valuable content there. Okay, then we have books, of course. Read books. I started reading books last year, August. I know they read before. I only books on chemistry and further maths I read. When I started reading books on personal development, on books that concerns my niche, then that's when I discovered that it's actually a source of content. Read books. Every day I read books. Every day I read books. Every day. As a matter of fact, my phone is standing upon my stacks of books. I stack my books so I'm able to put my phone there. Okay, take courses. Of course, this course you're taking now is I'm already giving you content ideas. So maybe you just got one particular thing that hits hard. Just go on social media and then build on it. Take courses, free or paid. Take courses. Attend all these free webinars. Attend them to see how people are teaching. For example, me, I've attended free webinars not because I want to take the offer. I know the person will end up selling, but I didn't take the offer. And maybe the offer is good at the end of the day. I might take it, but I went there to see how they were teaching. I went there to see how they were creating I went there to see how they were doing follow up. So if you see a flyer that attracts you, join the training. See how the person is teaching. Observe it. That's how you fine tune your own skill. Sometimes I'm going to say I cannot be promoting the course. No, I know that deep down I'm not going to pay for this particular course. But I want to see how this man is teaching. So I'm going to join this free training. Maybe if I now want to go for I might decide to go for a speed class, I might not pay for a speed class. But most of the times I just go for a free training or a speed class, just for me to learn to get content ideas from there. Okay, we don't have the next one, which is intuition. Okay. Now, see, one day, but you can just wake up, but you just get an idea of how to write a content. You just get a content idea. That's what I mean by intuition. You can just be walking. You might be carrying water to go on. You might be fetching water from well. Pam! Idea don't enter your head. This happens to me a lot. I can be talking to somebody, and then before you know, something like the idea will just drop from nowhere. Pam! But even if you're not at the point where you can just write immediately, but pick your notepad and then jot the idea. Even if you just write something about that particular idea so you don't forget it. Intuition, it works a lot. You might just look at a billboard that's advertising Maggi, you just get something. For example, now I might just be working and then I just looked at a billboard. You know what came to my eyes? Do you know what came to my ear? Oh, do you know what I see my ears? Do you know what came to my mind? Positioning is key. Like I just observed the signboard. Look at this position is center of the market. Like God, look at the number of eyes I'm looking at this particular business, this particular signboard. I'm already getting content ideas from that thing. Intuition. Of course, another way of getting content is observation. I didn't write it, observation, news blog, observe things around you. See, even our dog, let me tell you guys something. In my last class, sometimes I was explaining nurturing, and then I was explaining nurturing with my dog. My dad bought a new dog. So that the dog came to our house now. I not treated the dog like a lead. The dog was just acting funny. It was not comfortable. That's how leads behave around you. I said, okay. And now I said, this dog, when he first came to our house now, I just looked at the dog one morning. I said, okay, this is the way he first, he was not acting like this. When I look how the dog is jumping around everybody, I was like, oh God, we are able to nurture it. We're able to give this dog food. We are nurturing the dog. So the dog is learning. So now, even if you want to give that dog poison, that dog will eat the poison, not because of you have nurtured it. It has believed, it has trusted us enough to trust anything we wanted to give it to eat. So I used that particular, remember, I'm just looking at the dog. I already got an idea from the dog. I used the dog to go and explain on my Facebook. As simple as that. Observation. Very, very powerful. Okay. So these are just some of the sources you can use to create content on demand, high quality content. So if you see me creating content every day, nobody say because I'm born with content from my head. No, these are some of the things I employ every day, back to back. I repeat it every day so that I can become really, really good. Okay, so if you get value from this particular training and then you're still with me, kindly say something in the comment section. Let me know you are still with me. Okay, around this training, we're already almost 1 hour into the training. If you got value. Okay, someone says you have to understand the blockchain. So don't worry, I'm going to explain this blockchain stuff some other time. Okay, if you got value, just say something in the comment section. Let me know that you're with me. Then we'll call it a day. Hope you enjoyed today's section. I have kata, so I'm a bit dull today. I don't know, cold won't catch me. You know, these 2 days I've been cold in here in Jos, so my voice is a bit down like that. My throat is scratching me and I'm not feeling too good. So I felt as if my energy was not so much today, but I want to believe you guys got value. Nice one, Paul. Nice one, Paul. Nice one, Paul. Thank you. Thank you for being around always. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so this brings us to the end of this is the second to the last crypto masterclass. Okay, the next one is going to be talking about digital product creation. I'm going to teach you guys how to create digital products that can give you money for yourself. Even if now 1K go to sell them, create a digital product and put your name there. Let's say that person asks you, boss, I want to learn this particular thing. You have a product to sell for it. That digital product is going to teach you how to productize your knowledge. If you have been able to do something and get results, it is worthy of putting it in a product format. Even if it's just a simple ebook, I'm going to teach you guys how to do that tomorrow, okay, so that you can be able to sell it and make some money for yourself. Okay, thank you so much, Princess. I celebrate you all. Okay, so this brings us to the end of tonight's session. Okay, so we're going to be continuing the section tomorrow. Okay, so see you guys in the group. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and of course, I'm going to be always eager and ready to respond to you. Okay, so good night, guys.